Henry! Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, the big man, Derrick Henry, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. As we take a peek at their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native and former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
We own them. We own them. Mike 51, Mike 51.
A first down throw for Mariota. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Two-time All-Pro center Jason Kelce is one of the most athletic centers in the league. In fact, he went to the University of Cincinnati as a walk-on linebacker before converting to the offensive line. Can pull, trap, get out in front of runners in any situation, and one of the more intelligent centers in the league as well, handling all of their line calls.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
One. Alpha. SOS. One.
Now Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mariota. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 7 yards there and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mariota. It's Kelsey on the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On 2nd and goal, Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Or might he go for it?
Third and goal, Mariota. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here, because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Sanders' kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here are the Bengals under first-year head coach Zach Taylor. They will be led out by their two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. Now in his 16th season, the veteran Ben Roethlisberger.
And the first possession isn't until the second quarter, but what's nice about it, it's only down 3. So what you sell your team on is, look, one possession, one drive, we put it in the end zone. We're in the lead in this game. Let's go, guys.
All right, now. Block 80! 54 Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Roethlisberger will throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Roethlisberger. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Roethlisberger. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And it's complete. Henry. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
230. 54 Mike. Run it! Kill!
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rush is just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. They pass up the 30, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Mariota on first down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there in the first down. Mariota now to throw on first down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Blitz coming and down he goes. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Go, go, go. One.
To throw is Mariota. And this is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Hey, 25 to the mic. We'll go 25. Hey, 25 to the mic. We'll go 25 to the mic. Drop deep. Hey, 25 to the mic. We'll go.
3rd and long here for Mariota. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. But no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Jimmy Garoppolo, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And that one, compelling, as evidenced by that scoreline. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Sanders now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
23 yards, the final tally. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that they're very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
180. Yeah, right there. 54 miles. Go, go, go.
On second down now, it's Henry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Derrick Henry, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense.
He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Raheem Mostert, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to him. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here.
So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be second down. Well, let's see, he was 8 of 13 prior to that pass, now 8 of 14, Charles.
Yeah, that's not horrible, but he's been under a ton of pressure throughout this game, not able to stay on his spot. You know, quarterbacks talk about that all the time, being able to get to one place, set up and throw. When they make you move a little bit, oftentimes your accuracy suffers.
Now it's Henry. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Henry. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And Woods has it complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Robert Woods, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
We got double up. Mike 51.
Throwing is Mariota. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
8 yards there on a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 51.
This is Mostert. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. To throw Mariota. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And the throw right sideline here is complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good time.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Anthony Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Mostert. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
51. Let's go. 51.
On 2nd and 7, Mariota flush to his right. Able to locate his running back, open downfield. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
One. Motion. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. 3. Hey, Mike, 51.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. It's caught here by Adams. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota.
I'm coming back.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game.
Check 31. Here we go. 51's the mic. 51.
Mariota now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now it's 4th and goal. 1 play for the win. Other than that, not a very exciting finish.
Just a walk in the park.
Yeah, ho-hum.
Yeah, ho-hum. I know one thing, though. I'm making someone beat me other than their top receiver.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
29 is the mic. Orphan. Come off the wall. 29 is the mic. Mic 29. Stop your whining.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Mariota to throw, and this is caught, and it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down 24-21, a minute 47 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw, and he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll look to throw. Big Ben has the knowledge, certainly the weapons to pull this off. We know he's done it many times in the past.
And that transmits itself to the rest of the offensive unit because these guys know that with Big Ben leading them, they've got a lot of confidence they can get it done.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Here we go.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. He's back to throw.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Give them 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready?
They'll run it again with Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. I got it. Here we go. Motion. Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic.
Here's Mariota. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for the Steelers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.